Good evening, good evening. It's Norma Cowie. It is just after 7 because I wanted to see the final bit of American Idol. 1 whole minute. I lost. Big deal, right? Hopefully. The 3 of you that are already in, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I've got pages to get through. So I'm going to sort of start, but I got my little card that I picked today, which my fingers are all over it, is I am innocent. What? Who knows? On the other side, it says, I'm not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. And that's from A Course in Miracles. Again, my finger's in the way. There we go. Okay, well, I hope you had a good week. I tell you, I am getting there. After weeks of pain and not being able to use the thumb. I still can't really use it 100%, but I can lift it up now. I can turn it a little more. The elbow is still not working properly, but I'm in good shape. So thank you for all the healing, the good thoughts, and everything else that has been happening and going on. Now, so many people, well, that wasn't like so many, but a lot emailed me, texted me, messaged me today. So I have to do a little bit of an explanation on our first one that came in today. It's from a friend of mine who'd been watching a show on YouTube, and a lady was talking about a womb chakra. Now, if you don't understand chakras and you have never, ever heard me talk about them, and I have talked about them probably a long time ago, and obviously I need to do another talk on it. Anyway, this person said that the womb chakra was situated behind the second chakra, and says it contains all the karma accumulated from all over our lives, basically. And my friend Marie, who messaged this to me this morning, says it's fascinating. It is directly connected to the Divine Mothers because that's what she particularly works with. And could I look into her womb chakra? I nearly exploded, actually, when I read this, because for those of you that have ever studied with me or heard me talk about chakras, and I know when I first began YouTube, somewhere in there, I did do a talk on it, and I definitely will do another one in a few weeks. I've got to finish off the Higher Arcana of the Tarot in the next 2 weeks, but I'll definitely do a talk on this and bring people up to date. What it tells me when she says the second chakra, that is based on what I call the old format of the 7 chakras. I call my work the expanded chakra system. And I just want you to be aware that what this lady is talking about, because the second chakra is the navel chakra in the old system. What I found years ago when I was exploring the chakra system and the energy lines, that in effect, we have other chakra points between the original 7 and more, actually. I think I wrote down, I figured it out, that I work with 11. So when I do transformation work and we're looking to see how your chakras are, we're dealing with a lot of chakras. Now, what I found, and other people since who have studied with me, that we'll take the heart chakra. The heart chakra is here, and it reaches out into the energy of that, and it comes through. It goes right through you to the back. And so you have a front part, which is actually 360 around you, but we concentrate on the front. We also have it on the back. So the chakra is almost like you're in an energy cage, actually, in a way. I haven't thought about it as that. But it's like, so I explained that what's happened, and that's why the lady is so excited. She's run across the chakras from the pubic bone and the navel in particular, because the number 2 is the navel, right behind like all our woman stuff. And what's happened is it's bundled instead of stretching out through and into the back. So she's got this good flow. It's stuck there. And yes, of course, it's directly connected. It's connected, it's accumulated. Those bottom chakras are usually a little more earthy than some of the top ones, but it's amazing what they hold and the energy they hold. And really, you want to be energy free. And a lot of illnesses or other things can happen. What it's done is actually made me to take a look at what's going on if anything is going on in my chakra system, because I get so busy in my world and what's been going on in the last year and a bit, then I haven't checked on a lot of things. So, man, I'll tell you, I'm going to be busy this week. But Marie asked me, I said, okay, what numbers? 7, 12, and 2. So here we have what I call an old system working with, we'll call a newer system. So what it says here with the 7, and for those that know tarot, that's a chariot. That's leaving behind the old and accepting the new, but you have to make a decision about that. So in other words, when you're looking at a new system, are you willing to accept that new system or not? So it is a little complicated, but anyway, it was fun. We talked back and I immediately sent a message to her, phone me, and we'll talk about this. But it's really about a decision as to where you want to be. Do you want to really see this expanded chakra system, which I believe we've done before, but we forget, we forget things when we're not working with them all the time. So I'm just going to do a prayer around that of being open and having everything in alignment, because the chakra system, and it's interesting because I had a consultation this morning and I was talking about the aura, which is always associated with the chakra system. But anyway, it was like knowing where your aura is and how far it is, and that's another story anyway. So as I move into treatment for Marie, I know there's one power, and I know that it's connected to your divine mothers, that the divine power that is there, that comes in and works with you, is consistent and always. And because I know your heart and I know the essence of you, I know that I just don't see the karma part. I don't see the karma part that you haven't worked through, because I know you personally do. But it's like the need to have something more to look at, to have something more needs to be let go of. That is the number 7 with the 12. So, and for you to decide, that's this part of my sweater, sorry. It's for you to decide the direction that you want to take it. It's your world. How do you want it to be? That there's something still we have to work on? I don't know about that. You're going to have to decide that for yourself, because the 7 says time to let go of the old. Accept who you are and decide how you want to be. And as I know, you're a great healer. We have great awareness and great knowledge. It's like, just accept who you are. And other people, what they say, sometimes take a look where it's coming from. How do we think and worry about karma at this point? Why then what's my karma, But it's like, we know that's created by how we think, feel, and respond. So anyhow, I wish you well on this. I really do. And I want to thank you, and anybody else who's listening, be aware. Knowledge is out there, but sometimes it's old knowledge or not updated. Always check with me. If you have a piece of thing that I'm not too sure of, check with me, please. Okay. Karen Lee also emailed me, and I had asked her for 3 numbers, but she hasn't put that in yet. Okay, so I'm going to work with that. I'll create 3 numbers for you. It's 20, 16, and 7. There we go. Okay, for Karen Lee, perseverance and releasing the past. So, and asking for the numbers. She says, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. At least you're writing there, but I would like 3 numbers. 20 is really about acceptance of how things are, the higher power. But 16 says we're scared or of the unexpected, that which we don't control. And of course, the 7 says leaving all that behind. So let's see what comes out in treatment. Knowing there is one power and knowing there is one essence, I speak my word for Karen Lee. And as I speak my word for Karen Lee, I know my strength. I know I can persevere and that I can be forward because I have my goals. Goals are going to be important here to be able to bring them forward so that when something occurs, we can adjust to be able to move forward in the direction of where we're heading and where we're going. This is about leaving old patterns behind, leaving them behind, and just really, we say releasing the past. I would say just leave them behind. It's not more than releasing them. It's like making a line. I often talked about how in my life I had to draw a line in the sand. Well, I talk to some of my clients sometimes because we get caught up with what's going on. And what I had to do is probably done it more than once, but once in particular, I had to draw a line in the sand because I wasn't sure how I was going to figure everything out. And I decided that today is the first day of the rest of my life. So I worked on that principle, and I don't know how long ago, later it was later, I sort of took a look back at what I left behind, which was a big ball of barbed wire, which was not great. And there was just one strand left. It takes care of itself. Life will take care of itself if you're not bugging it, like with your mind. If you're not trying to figure it out and everything. It's like saying, okay, here I am. Don't like this. Today is, and every day is a new day. Every day I have a choice to make. Do I look to where I want to go, or am I looking back? We don't look back. We keep progressing forward. And as a person, I have to admit personally, in the last month or so, I've been looking, more than that. In the last while, I've been rerunning processes in my life. Lots of tears, yes, but it's releasing that for sure. But it's reminding me, and I want to thank you for that, Karen Lee, that, it's time again to make a line in the sand and not keep looking back and saying, wow, poor me, I had that happen and this, and I didn't handle that well, blah, blah, blah. It's in the past, it's done. So and also too, because I was in pain all the time and, everything compounded. And thank you for you guys on Monday, because it really helps me. It had helped me in lots of ways. The 3 shows definitely helped me. But I would see here, did I finish that thing basically, because I got off on my tangent a bit. But I know that the energy of love and welcoming is strong for you. Yes, perseverance. I did a Sunday talk about it a few weeks ago, because we have to persevere over those things, but we also have to know that the future has the answer is in the future, not the past. Where we want to go is there. And that's where the miracles happen, when things come in, drop in. I've had so many miracles in my life. It's like, how come one could forget? They're there and they happen. So I give thanks for Karen Lee, for the perseverance, for the moving into the future. So instead, we'll change that from releasing the past to move into the future with optimism, strength, and purpose. And so it is. Amen. I also want to speak to Margaret, Karen Lee's mother, and she's very near the end. There is a time period where we're just not sure exactly when that she's going to make her transition. So we're to release this life and to go with ease and grace is really significant. And I just get number 2, which is choice. You see, we have choice all along the way. And sometimes we just are miserable because somehow that's where we want to be. And sometimes we just go, that's enough. As I said, draw a line in the sand and just say this is enough. Because of this, just number 2 here, I think this is Margaret's choice for her. And we pray for her to find the peace and to be aware that all is well in transitioning. I just feel the fear of not being physical in the moment, not really understanding or knowing what's coming. And I think I addressed this when we first started to do the transformation, the mental mind treatments for her. When you at deep places of yourself have told you've been wrong, or you've read pieces of the Bible or other things that have said that you're wrong, or you're not perfect, or you haven't done it right, can be all through our lives. We get that. I know I certainly had that as a child. I wasn't right. But, you come to a place where you begin to come into peace, inner peace. And I think This is what Margaret needs, is that glimmer of inner peace. So although I've been asked to for releasing this life and go with peace and ease and grace, I'm going to do a treatment for inner peace, because there's a choice she needs to make here. And it's all about her choice. I know there is one power and there is one essence that is loving, that is caring, and that is there for you no matter what you have done, thought about doing at any time in your life. I also know when it's time to make that transition into the next phase, into the life without a physical body. I know there are helpers there. There are people to guide you, support you, and love you. I also know, as I speak my word for Margaret, that inside there is a great desire just to be quiet, have inner peace, and not those little thoughts that run around. And we'll talk about the subconscious again, running around and coming to a fore. And it's time now just to breathe them out. This is about breath and just breathing them out, because they have no place for the transition. The transition time is a time of releasing, yes. The transition time is to go into the peace with ease and the grace and not look back. You can look back later when there's someone there to support you and tell you and help you, because the fear is there's nobody there, but there is lots of people there. And that's the whole thing. There are movies that show many people waiting to greet you on the other side, people you've met throughout your life, people that you've forgotten, but they're there because they're already on the other side. You're not alone ever in the movement into that other dimension, because that's all it is. It's like stepping through a door, except we've left the body behind. And as I breathe deep, I know inner peace is here for Margaret. It's getting closer and closer and closer. And the release, which is what was asked for, the release of this life as she moves into inner peace, creates a passing of ease and grace. And I give thanks for this. I give thanks in the knowing it will be. And I know also it will be when she's ready to let go. And then it will be done. And so we give thanks for that. And we release this by saying, and so it is. I also have another one in my booklet. My booklet gets so fast before I get to you guys on the comment page. Eva Marie asked, when am I finished releasing? And that's releasing energy. And my first response when I heard that was, when you're ready. That's about I could say. But then I asked for 3 numbers, 7, 10, and 17. Sometimes we get addicted to a process. Sometimes we get to feel that we're never completed, releasing, whatever we're releasing. It just feels like we're never done. But the reality here says, let go of the past. The past is the past. I always say, draw a line, and this is what I had to do, draw a line in the sand and say, okay, today is the first day for the rest. But it's also showing your change and your growth, just even by asking that question, when am I finished releasing? The change that happens is that you're moving into balance. So it's about, I want to say the word rejoicing here, rejoicing in life, rejoicing in the challenges, rejoicing in the newness, rejoicing in the things that happen. You've done your releasing. You've done the elements. All of that is being created and done. Now you're ready to go and be balanced and rejoice in the different things that come towards you. It's not about releasing them either. It's about looking at them and saying, do I want this or not? No, I don't want that. Go on to the next. Yes, I'll take that. We'll push it full. Like, just be freer. Because if you keep having to look for what you're going to release next, this is what's happened. You're depleted. Love is an energy that comes in, and when you're releasing, if you bring in love energy to replace that which you're releasing, it at least gives you a substance. Yeah, I think I'm saying that correctly. A sustenance to live on, to fill up, so you become fuller, so you become happier, you become easier, not depleted. So, as far as I'm concerned, newness is letting it go. Newness is moving into rejoicing, and allow and know for yourself, if you need to release, you release, but it's not something you have to do. And you probably won't have to do any for months because you got lots of room to bring stuff in and allow it to be in the direction of where we want it to be. I give thanks in knowing that even Marie is ready to move into change, experimentation, a new world, a new life. And I want to add in there, which I is not in there, but I want to add it, fun. F-U-N. If it's not fun, don't do it. If you enjoy it, go for it. And so we release this knowing that you're totally supported, totally loved, and it's time to go play. And as I release it, I say, and so it is. So it is. Okay, this one here is for Marion. She wants to manifest a new home. And when we looked at three numbers, she did, we got 21, 17, and 3. 21, hang on, I have to have a sentence, is the world, where everything is balanced. And then 17 is using your energy, staying balanced as you use energy. And 3 is love. So how do we put all that together to manifest a new home? To me, there's 2 symbols talking about balance here. It's about being aware. Miracles happen in the weirdest ways. They don't usually happen in the way we expect them, number 1. So it's by being balanced, and it's like you've put out what you've put out. So now it's like inviting, it's just like being in like an open book. It's, have you ever taken a book and you just open it up to see what it says to you? There are many books like that on the market, actually, but you can just open it up and there's a page of something. But what I see here is opening up to love in action. Love in action is the unexpected. Love in action is not what you expect. I'm smiling because that's what's happened to me several times in crises. Something unexpected has come in and offered a whole new direction and way, one I would never have thought of going or doing, but it did. And I think this is part of that. It's like, here you are trying to balance everything out and recognizing, but it's like, okay, yes, you've got the balance, you've got the awareness. Now let the love do the job. Hand it over. Okay, bring it to me. I want a new home. Bring it to me. However it's going to show up, it will show up because it's what love does. I give thanks in letting this go. I give thanks with great excitement, actually. And so we move all forward as we say, and so it is. Great. Now, Kayla, thank goodness I went and checked very at the end and Kayla to get Kayla's emails. Okay. Kayla has personal energy, no numbers again. So I'm going to just do a treatment on this and see what comes up. I know, I know there's one power, and I know we're all connected to it, and I know Kayla understands that. She talks about her computer, and I'm looking for one of my stones. I got a stone, and I forget what kind. Marion may type it out on for me because I've forgotten the name of it. I got 2 of them, actually. It's a little stone that we picked up. And it's true. Yeah, I can sit, mind you, I haven't been that much in front of the computer because of my arm. By the way, did you notice I can put it up? Can't bend it, but I can put it up. Oh, that's the last 2 days. It's a miracle. Anyway, the stone stops the energy coming out from the computer. When you're depleted of energy, and when you're an energetic person that deals with energy all the time, What happens is you need to bring that energy to be contained, whether it's from computers, when it's from other people, or whatever, is to make yourself like in your this is my little bubble. Yes, thinking about the first ones we did on chakras, or I was talking to this gal about auras this morning, and I seem to talk about auras a lot lately to people. But anyway, it's like have it all contained. So you do what you do, but then you rest and you are aware of where all the energy is going. Maybe, as I said, maybe Mariana or somebody will type the type of stone this is. It comes, oh gosh, I don't know. I've got several things like that hanging around, a ring and a few other things. Anyway, I'm going to do a treatment here. Okay, 12, 17, and 6 is coming through. So I asked for 3 numbers. So now my people that work with me are saying these are the 3 numbers. There's an element here that needs to be accepted, that even though you may try to be balanced and give to people in all different ways, it's really often gets confusing because you're not looking after you first. You are the vehicle. You are the one. And if you give it all away, it's like, here's my jar of water, and you can see it's about 3/4 full at the moment. If I take this and put it on a plant somewhere, okay, the plant will get it, but then I won't have any water. And when my throat gets a little dry, then I would be, where do I get my sip? It isn't any there. And that's what's happening here. And so I know as I go into that element of understanding that there's one power, one essence, one love force, that your connection to that is strong, but it dribbles out. It's like a tap dripping, and it's like needing to be more aware. You only put it out when you know this is absolutely 100% needed. Otherwise you don't, because you need it. It's like you're like a plant that doesn't get enough sustenance, doesn't get enough love. And yet you know and understand the love. You understand how everything is. That's why they get so tired. I got really tired when I was out today, because I realized, I'm still not 100% energetically out. So it's like bringing that back in and making sure that you're okay. I know the power is there for Kayla. I know that she also understands, but understanding and doing are often worlds apart. And I know that she has the ability to balance that so that she looks after herself and does not deplete herself and feel tired and confused, because it seems to result in a mental confusion in a way. So we release this knowing that the energy will stay contained, and that her awareness of where she places that becomes even more aware. I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this, knowing that it's true and done. Kayla also asked for her son, Jason, that he has stress release and healing of his infection. And I got, at the time of doing this, was to let go of worry. Underneath it all is worry. It's stress release for sure, more than anything. He's so concerned that there's going to be something occur and happen that he can't do anything about, that's going to affect the plans he has, that it's really a worry. So you might say, oh, it's stressful, but really he's worrying because it doesn't have that sort of faith that somehow or other it always works out. So I'm gonna do a treatment around that. I know as I speak my word for Jason that the stress, the chest holds a lot of energy in there. The lungs is the breathing of in and out. I remember years ago doing an exercise of breathing in love and breathing out, then breathing in love and then breathing out love. And it was like love, love, love everywhere. But it was like allowing that stress, which is non-belief. It's like we get stressful because we totally do not believe that it will be the way we want it to be. We're scared. We worry about it because we don't know, which means we don't have faith. If we believe in faith, if we believe we're going to get a new home, if we're going to believe that we're going to be okay, if we're going to believe that we can move into the future, whatever that is, if we can believe it, it strengthens that. But when we don't believe it, but we want to believe it, what it does is create more of a confusion. And in that confusion, it's like we don't know where to go. And so we're stuck. And then we have things happen. And it's, it really is aware. And when you begin to aware, even physical things, even like myself in this last year and a bit, is that when I look back, I realized I wasn't too sure about a whole pile of stuff. And so you had to begin and main thing is to get yourself straight. And as I said, I learned a lot. And trustingly, I'll be beginning to talk about it soon, because pretty soon this hopefully will be all fixed. So anyway, that's enough of me. I know that Jason, I just want to I really find when I'm moving his energy, I begin to get hyper almost. So I'm going to just take a big breath and relax myself back in my body and know that, what do I know? I want to concentrate on the end result I want, and I'm not. I'm being him. I'm concentrating on all the things that could go wrong. So to clear this infection, to clear the stress, he's going to need to just concentrate on the end result that he wants. There is only one power. There is only one essence. But if you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, the energy doesn't know where to go. And then all he gets is the instructions of everything that could go wrong. Then guess where the energy goes on what could go wrong. So I know that Jason is strong enough, aware enough, knows enough to let go of all the things he doesn't want to have happen and just see the end result he does. It's all in the end result, not the in-between. And then, yes, you might deal with this, that, or the other, but you don't create it. I feel that's what's happening. It's being created because of the stress. So I know that it's up to Jason to let go of the worry, to start seeing, concentrating, and being aware of what it is he totally wants. And as he does that, as I release that, it will be. And so it is. And of course, I can't say Diamond's other name, so I just call her Diamond. And just knowing that, as I say my word for Diamond, is to know that the same thing that I said for Jason applies to her, is to know that the end result, which is the moment, is to see her daughter and bring her across the border, which separates her. It's in a whole different country, guys. Is that she's got to know that that's going to occur and not be upset or worried. And that goes, I got to check again back to Kayla, because Kayla's asking for these two people, that if she is also caught up in the drama, I'm going to call it that, rather than the end result, and know that the end result will be okay, whatever it is, because it's being created by the worry of two people. And so I'm just going to ask that all their worries, that they get back on track and know what it is that they know. So I give thank you for your emails and your texts and your messages. I appreciate it. So let me go back here and just see what I've got. Kayla says, blessings. Karen Lee says, nice to see. Oh, by the way, I was going to start today, but I was so busy watching the end of American Idol. That's why I was a minute late. Is that I want to thank you for all your prayers. You've really helped. They finally figured out all this business, and I can't believe how my arm has changed within the last 2 days. And I'm overdoing it a bit, unfortunately. But I'm mostly without pain at all. And now I've got movement in it. As I said, you can put my hand up. I can't quite type a long time with it yet, but it's so much better. And I know, like Karen Lee and Karen and several have said, and there's others out there that have said I'm on their prayer list. And then, and I thank you, because when you're in pain, it's hard to do things for yourself sometimes. So thank you. We've found we're trying a new formula, and which I'm doing. So and already I'm seeing results between the prayers and trying this new thing has worked perfectly. So thank you. And so Karen Lee, and then Jason, and love. ACM, thank you, Norma. Hi to you too. Nice little wave. Karen says hello all. So what we've got here for Karen is 17, 7, and 14. And thanks again for the prayers. I mean, tell you guys have been great support system. Totally, it's helped a lot. Okay. Karen, you don't just want to know what the numbers are and where we're going with that. 17 is always about balancing what you know and what you put out. 7, of course, is always about leaving behind. And then 14 is the same thing as starting a new path in a balanced way. So let's take a look at that. We've got some certain amount of water symbology here. One of the things is emotion. I know there is one power and there is one essence. I know there is one power and one essence. And I also know that in that one power and essence, as I speak my word for Karen, is awareness, knowledge, and change. Holding, and there's a lot about this tonight, about holding the prize, what you want in your mind as you balance, because you've got 2 balances of symbols in here, and 7 can even be talked about that. It just needs energy behind it. So you've got 3 actual symbols here relating to balance. Being balanced in the direction that you want to go, being balanced in the idea, and being balanced in the awareness of where, how, and allowing yourself to go in the blah, 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 in the direction that you want to go. I give thanks for Karen recognizing when she's out of balance and putting it in, as she moves even more into change, as she grows in a very expansive way, from what I can see here, is that the essence of her stays totally aligned, and that she moves in that alignment in the direction that she wants to go. The thing here I feel that needs to be accepted the most is that the past is gone. There's no looking back. Well, if you look back, it's just going to drain energy. It's recognizing and acknowledging that you're on a path. And yes, you've recognized some of the changes, but the changes are not going to be stopping. It's not like you've reached your destination yet. It's like, I just want to say, keep going. You're on the path. It is good. Do not look back. And that's a good, what's the words for all of us, especially for me right now. So yeah, I'll take that one too. I'll take that on for sure. So thank you, because I know that it's there. It's all there. Onward. Remember the old song, if anyone went to church like I did, Onward Christian Soldiers? It's like onward, strong, knowing where we're heading, knowing what we want. You may not know where you're heading, actually. You just go there, and it will unfold exactly where you want it to go. Oh, I give you so much blessings to you, Karen. Thank you for all the healing, etc. Karen Lee says, thanks. Love that, moving into the future. Thank you. And then again, thank you for my mom's treatment. No one should be afraid to cross. No, but a lot are, because they're not taught it. They're taught to fear. They've taught that, they're not taught love. They're taught fear. And so that's the problem. And Kayla, the name of this stone is called, well, Marion, sorry, I lost it. Where did I put you? Somehow or other, I had it, and then, oh, here it is. Shungite. And it's made from a comet. I think it's a comet or something that landed on Earth anyway. Shungite. I have several pieces, and some bigger pieces, some little ones. I have a ring I sometimes forget to wear it or use it, but it is definitely works. Okay, Jason, hi. She says, good or good, you're well. Yeah, I'm getting there for sure. It's coming. It's really turned a corner, thank goodness. I wasn't very happy for a few weeks, that's for sure. Karen Legan says, oh, so very happy to hear the news. Yeah, glad you figured it out. Still sending you healing. Please do, because in prayers every night, God bless to all of that you do for everyone. I try and do my best, and I try. I don't like people using that word. I correct anybody else. I do my best, what I can do, but mostly right now I'm just really working on getting where I need to be. Kayla says, thank you for your insights, clarity, and treatments. Sending prayers and blessings. Okay. John Holland, hi. Always inspiring. Medical science agrees, the golden hour. If a trauma patient can be gotten to within the first hour, they can be saved because they believe they can be saved. Blessings. I agree. I was talking to somebody else about something, and I said, well, they have trauma. And I think it was last week. Was it last week? If you're traumatized, I forget. Anyway, that really resonates, John. Thank you. Karen says, thanks again. And Marie says, many thanks, Norma. I love you a whole bunch. Yes, I love you too. Okay, if there's anything else, look at that. We nearly went 45 minutes. As you know, can see most of these, except for a couple of you, my usual Karen Lee and Karen, were all brought to me today, one way or the other. If you would like to know more about chakras, I went looking actually to see, and I have quite a number of presentations because when I used to do my classes and things like that, I would teach about this. You can email me, and I can send you something that would explain the chakras as I found them. And it's quite an interesting story, actually. And if you've got a few minutes, I'll just share how this all began. I was taking a course, one of the first courses that I went inside. It was during that course that I actually ran into the love energy for the very first time and knew what I had to bring it inside. But part of our course was chakras. Well, if you got to know my curious mind, right? So I'm kind of looking at these chakras and where they're going. And I find as I'm running them up, that I have this blockage between the solar plexus and the heart. Why have I got a block there? It was right in alignment. So anyway, another friend of mine was studying with another teacher. And then she started talking about how this teacher had another chakra outside front of her in the same place, which I call the sternum now, because it's right in the sternum, right out. It's actually a very plus chakra. And so I began to do a little bit more study on this. And as I studied, I'm given information, I realized that there actually was these other chakras in between what was known as the main seven. And that there were chakras way above and way below. And so then I began to work with the energy. Well, where does this go? And I was showing that the energy comes in and goes right through you and out the back. And then, so actually we're encased. And then and because of our vibration now, these other chakras were moving in to support our system, because we have computers, we have radio waves, we have all sorts of waves that are going through all the time. So we have to be in a place where we're stronger. That's one of the reasons they came forward, so that the physical body is stronger to handle and deal with what's happening. So I began to put my whole system together, which I called an expanded chakra system. And it's held up through clients, students, and other things. But we tend sometimes to forget things. But yeah, we have, and I'll just run through what I've got written down here. And I'll have another drink of water. So we have the base. And remember, the chakras also go right down into the earth as well. So we have our base, which is basically underneath our tailbone. We have the pubic bone. I gave them names as in relation to the, why is my voice gone? Does not want me to talk with this? Just come on, smarten up. It's okay. So the pubic bone, the navel, the waist, solar plexus, sternum, the heart, the mid-chest one is real important. Your self-love chakra, throat, brow, crown, and then above. Soul star, earth star, and soul star. I didn't write in here, but we have, they're right to anchor you up both ways. And they go on up, way up and way down. But this is the ones that work with the body. I forgot the soul star, the earth star underneath. And you can find them quite easily, actually. If you lift your foot up, say this is your foot, and if you bring your hand slowly, always working with energy, you work slowly. If you bring this other hand in very slowly, you'll start to either feel a tingle on the foot, or well, for me, I always feel it in the hand. So right now, I can come this far and I start feeling the energy emanating from my palm. But then I've been working, so that's understandable. So it's like once we begin to realize we're an energy being and we have all this system. So yes, I will talk more about this. It's probably come up. But as I said, I've got 2 more higher arcana talks to do on Wednesdays. I thank you all. I thank you for being here. I thank you for contacting me. I really thank you for my support. I had some more subscriptions come in this week. I've had, comments, things like that. And I'm feeling better. So good. Everything's great. I wish you well. You have a great week. Enjoy. Let people know that we're here dealing with these things. Lots of love. Night now.